designated by a particular varna shows the qualities of another varna, like a person born maybe in the Brahmin birth, but he is showing the qualities of a Kshatriya. He should be classified according to the other varna and should be called by that name, such as Brahman or whatever. So, if a Shudra birth person who took birth in the Shudra family and he is exhibiting the qualities of a Brahman, he should be called as Brahman. So, what is meant by showing quality is showing general qualities like control of the senses and mind for the Brahmin, for like a Shudra, if he is in the, he's showing what kind of qualities, like very much sense control, mind control. So, he should be called as Brahman. Not particular actions like performing Sandhya rites. Some may think that because this person born in Sudra family, but he's doing all the Sandhya rites, all those things, right? So those doing puja and all, that is okay. But more than that is the nature, because externally they can do, but internal things which are directly um, representing the modes of nature and qualities, they are like Shama, Dama, Titikshva, all those qualities which were mentioned earlier, right? That control of the senses, control of the mind, anger. No? So Brahman should be peaceful. So those things should be noticed. And not only the external, like okay, tilak laga diya and all those things. So not only those things. This means he should be given in the. So if he is having this Shama, Dama, Titikshva, Karuna, all those qualities, tolerance, mercy, truthfulness, sense control, mind control, if he has that kind of quality, even though born in Sudra family, should be given respect like a Brahmana. Okay, one should not say performing another's dharma is dangerous, since attaining qualities like of this dharma is not under another's dharma. So one should not say this thing like performing another dharma is dangerous. Okay, because qualities like control of, because he has already has those qualities, of sense control, mind control. So he has the qualities of Brahmana. So if he does the activities of Brahmana and accept the dharma of a Brahmana, then it is not dangerous for him. Okay. Okay. So this was the important thought here, and now we will have the chapter 12, which is the perfect societies, four spiritual classes. So previous chapter we discussed four varnas, the social classes. Now we will discuss the spiritual classes, which is brahmachari, grahastha, and vanaprastha. See, okay, let us discuss. This chapter particularly describes the brahmachari and the person in the vanaprastha stage, and it is also gives a general description of the four ashramas: brahmacharya, grahastha, vanaprastha, and sannyas. Out of four, two will be explained here proper in detail, and other will come further. There is a particular chapter only for grahastha dharma that will come. In the previous chapter, the great Saint Narad Muni has described the Varna institution of society. Okay, four Varnas was explained in the previous, and now in this chapter, he will describe the stages of spiritual advancement in the four ashramas, which are known as Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyas. The Brahmachari should live under the care of the true spiritual master, giving him sincere respect and obeisances, acting as his menial servant, and always carrying out his order. The Brahmachari should engage himself in spiritual activities and study the Vedic literature under the direction of the spiritual master. According to the Brahmacharya system, he should dress with a belt, deer skin, and matted hair, and should wear a danda, water pot, and sacred thread. He should collect alms daily in the morning and in the evening. Whatever alms he has collected, he should offer to the spiritual master. A brahmachari should accept prasad upon the order of the spiritual master, and if the spiritual master sometimes forgets to order the disciple to eat, the disciple should not take prasad on his own initiative. Rather, he should fast. The brahmachari should be trained to be satisfied with eating what is absolutely necessary. He should be very expert in executing responsibility. He should be faithful and he should control his senses and try to avoid the association of women as far as possible. A brahmachari should very strictly abstain from living with women and should not meet with grihasthas and those too addicted to women. Nor should a brahmachari speak in a lonely place with a woman. After completing one's education as a brahmachari, in this way one should give dakshina, an offering of gratitude to one's guru. Okay. And then one may leave for home and accept the next ashram, the grihastha ashram, or else one may continue in the brahmacharya ashram without preparation. The duties for the grihastha ashram and brahmacharya ashram as well as the duties for sannyasis are prescribed in the shastra. A grihastha is not meant to enjoy a sex life without restriction. Indeed, the whole purpose of Vedic life is to become free from sexual indulgence. Certain time, it does not allow unrestricted sex life. Therefore, in Grihastha life also there is no illicit sex. A Grihastha should not accept a woman for sexual enjoyment. Wasting semen is also illicit sex. After the Grihastha ashram is another ashram known as Vanaprastha, which is midway between Grihastha and Sannyas. The person in the Vanaprastha order is restricted in eating food grains and forbidden to eat fruits that have not ripened on the tree. Nor should we cook food. What is that? A person in Vanaprastha order is restricted in eating food grains and forbidden to eat fruits that have not ripened on the tree. Nor should he cook with food with fire, although he is allowed to eat charu, grains that have been offered in a sacrificial fire. He may also eat fruits and grains that have grown naturally. Living in a thatched cottage, the Vanaprastha should endure all kinds of heat and cold. He should not cut his nails or hair, and he should give up cleaning his body. He should wear tree bark, accept the danda, and practice life in the forest, taking oath to live there for 12 years, 8 years, 4 years, 2 years, or at least 1 year. At last, when because of old age he can no longer perform the activities of Vanaprastha, he should gradually stop everything and this way give up his body. Okay, so that was a summary. I just quickly gone through. Now, one by one, all the slokas we should take. Okay, so this chapter will tell us. um, So, duties of a brahmachari. So, this chapter will tell from shloka number 1 to 16 the duties of brahmachari, and then 17 to 23 duties of a vanprastha, then 24 to 31 the rules for giving up the body for the vanprastha. Okay, so in this way, this chapter will be explained. Okay, now we will read. Okay, maybe we can stop here, or let me see. Okay, we can read few verses. Let me check if there are any question. Okay, there is some questions. Can this one prasad be done in this guys? Why not? Okay, these questions will come now because I just gone through the summary. Now, verse by verse, when we will go now, so all these questions will be explained there. Okay, so I think no need to take them now because anyway those slokas will come in detail, and then we can. And then there is no other WhatsApp question on here, so I can read some more verses. Okay. Sri Narad Vacha Brahmachari Gurukule Vasandanto Gurohitam Acharandas Manicho Guru Sudran Saurda. Sri Narad Vacha, Sri Narad means a brahmachari student living at the residence of the Guru. Gurukule at the residence of the Guru. Vasan by living Danta, continuously practicing control of the senses. Guru Hitam only for the benefit of the Guru, not for one's personal benefit. Acharan practicing. Das was very humbly like a slave. Nicha, some say obedient Guru and the spiritual master. Sudraha, firmly Sahotra in friendship or goodwill. Okay, 1 second. Now the duties of brahmachari is being explained. This is the shloka number 1. Okay, shloka number 1 says that a student should practice completely controlling his senses. He should be submissive and should have an attitude of firm friendship for the spiritual master. With a great woe, the brahmachari should live at the temple only for the benefit of the guru. So the brahmacharis, they were living in the ashram of Guru, Gurukula, only for the benefit of Guru. They cannot think, I'm living here, what I'm getting in return. Nothing. Your whole brahmachari ashram is only for the benefit of the Guru. Okay. So this is why the brahmachari is the toughest time. And because it is the toughest thing, so the most purification will happen in this one. Okay. Sayam prat rupa sita guru ganyark surottaman sandehe cha yatvaja pan brahma samaita. Sayam in the evening, prata in the morning, upasita. He should worship Guru, the spiritual master, Agni, the fire sacred, Arka, the sun, Sur Uttaman, the Lord Vishnu, Purushottama, the best of the best one. Sunday morning and evening, Ube, both cha, also Yat without talking, being silent, Japan, murmuring Brahma, the Gayatri Mantra, Sama, the being fully absorbed. At both junctions of day and night, namely in the early morning and in the Sandhya time, he should be fully absorbed in thoughts of the spiritual master, fire, the sun god, and Lord Vishnu. And chanting the Gayatri Mantra, he should worship. Okay. Some duties are given. Okay. Then, Chandasya Dheet Guror Ahut Chet Suyantritaha Utkrame Vasane Cha Charno Shirsaname. Chandansi mantras in the Vedas like the Hare Krishna mantra and the Gayatri mantra. Adit, one should chant or read regularly Guru from the spiritual master. Ahuta, being addressed or called by him. Chet, Ipsu, Yantritaha, faithful, well behaved. Upkrame, in the beginning. Avasane, at the end of reading Vedic mantras. Cha, also. Charano, at the lotus feet. Sirsa, by the hand. Name, one should offer obeisance. Being called by the spiritual master, the student should study the Vedic mantras regularly every day before beginning his studies, and at the end of his studies, the disciple should respectfully offer obeisances unto the spiritual master. Okay, Mekhla Ajin Vasamsi Jata Dandaka Vibryadupavitam cha Darbhapanir Thoditam. Mekhla, a belt made of straw, Ajin Vasamsi, garments made of deer skin, Jata, matted hair, Danda, a rod, Kamandulun, and a water pot known as a Kamandulu. Vibryad, he, the brahmachari, should regularly carry or wear Upavitam cha, and a sacred thread. Darbhapani, taking purified kusha in his hand. Yatha uditam, as recommended in the Master. Carrying pure kusha grass in his hand, the brahmachari should dress regularly with a belt of straw and with a deer skin garments. He should wear matted hair, carry a rod and water pot, and be decorated with a sacred thread, as recommended in the Shastras. Recently, you might have seen Ramayana, right? And Lavan, Kusha going, na? So that is the brahmachari dress, wearing those kind of thing and like that. Sayam pratascharet bhay daksham guruvai tannivedayat unjit yadyanu gyato no chedu upaset pachet. Sayam in the evening, prata in the morning, charet should go out hakshyam to collect alms, guruve, and the spiritual master tat, all that he collect. Nivedya should offer Munjita, he should eat Yadi if Anjunatha ordered by the spiritual master, no, otherwise Chet if Upavaset. Upavasi should observe fasting, Kachet sometime. The brahmachari should go out morning and evening to collect alms, and he should offer all that he collects to the spiritual master. He should eat only if ordered to take food by the spiritual master. Otherwise, if the spiritual master does not give this order, he may sometimes fast. So brahmacharis used to go for begging. So actually, they go for begging. So this is very good habit for brahmachari to go and beg. They will become humble. And also, when they go, so generally in the home, mothers are there. So they will call Mata, Bhiksham Dehi, like that they will shout. So they cannot call any other thing. they have to call them mother only, whoever it is, any age girl, or they will call them mother only, right? They can ask begging, they will beg, saying them, mother, give me some alms, things, right? So when they see, so because they are trained in such a way, so they see everyone as mother. eh? All the ladies they see as mothers. This is our Vedic system says that you see all the women except one's own wife, all the women should be seen as mothers. So this is the clear instruction in the Vedic system, right? And Matra Pardareshu. What is that? Chanakya says that others, women, you should see as a mother, and others' wealth you should see like useless, like stone. Uh, um, there is one verse nice, I forgot. Okay, Chanakya says very nice. So Vedic system says that except one's own wife, all the women should be accepted as one's mother. Now I don't know why people are saying that in Vedic culture women are not giving proper respect. Now what else? What else we can say? Vedic system is saying, Baba, you respect every girl as mother, except your own wife. All are your mother. You respect them like mother. Now what else? What proof you need that Vedic systems are not giving respect to women, not having proper position for women, right? Simply people are having propaganda against the Vedic system, Sanatan Dharma. Okay, so they should go and beg. So they go and beg and asking, mother, give me some alms, like that. And in this way they get training. It's not like externally you just say mother, mother. They are given training to consider them mother, and then they become that habit. They are trained. So whenever they see any woman, they see this is mother. Because in ashram, generally gurukuls are far away in the jungle, so they don't see any women in a long distance. So but they go for begging, so they are trained that that is mother. So you ask, if you ask mother give me, then only she'll give. So they know I need to anyway beg and get something, then only I can give it to guru, na? So they will say, mother, please give me something. So what is there? Because whenever they see women, they see them as mother only. This is automatically means, for them this is the, by default the image is, oh, she is mother. They are having no other idea. Nowadays, from the childhood, they are watching movies, cinema, everything. So they know that women are having some other thing also. We can see women from some other different angles also. So they are committing mistakes. But in Vedic system, they have given no other idea. Not at all. They have, because the child, what idea you give him from childhood, that idea only. Why child starts getting this idea that she is my mother. One lady, he understands this mother. He don't know who is my mother. So everybody will tell when the child starts growing, this is your mummy, say mummy, this is your papa, say father. Like that they are saying, nah. So he is given this training. So he considers this is my mother. So if the training is given like consider everyone as mother, then he will consider everyone as mother. What is the problem? There is no problem in this. So in the childhood, these 5-year-old kids are sent to the Gurukul, and then they don't see any woman too far. And whenever they see for begging during the this begging time. So they see as the mother only. Mother, give me alms. So the training, 25 years they are having the same training. And whenever you see mother, I mean, there is only one possibility to see a woman when you go for begging. So she will come and give you something. So you have to shout, mother, please give me, Mata, Viksham, Dei. You might have seen in some olden movies. Mate, like that they say, mother, give me some alms. So this training is given for 20 years. So he is trained. So even after 20 years, when he gets married and accept Grihastha Dharma, so accept his own wife, he sees everybody as mother only. So such a respect is given to the women in the Vedic culture, right? He should eat only. So he will go beg and he will give everything. Whatever he begged, he give everything to the Guru because he is working only for the benefit of the Guru. Okay. So he should eat only if ordered to take food by the spiritual master. So they will collect rice, dal, whatever, and they'll give to Guru. Guru will cook and arrange prasadam, and Guru will call, now you should come for prasadam. So then only they will go and take. You know, a brahmachari student. Otherwise, if the spiritual master does not give this order, he may sometimes have to fast. Sometimes suppose the spiritual master is not there and did not order or forget, you know, then the student cannot say anyway I have to eat now, I will go and eat. No. If order is there, then only you eat. Okay. Otherwise, you will fast. So in this way, these are okay. So text 6 we will do tomorrow. There is some purport, so we will understand that tomorrow. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Okay. So I forgot to. You were trying to ki jai.